Good morning, everybody. It's day 6. It's walk talk time. Nice early brisk morning, day 6. Ooh, it's chilly today. All right, we are on our 5-minute warm-up session right now, or phase, and then we'll get into the burn. This warm-up session lasts for 5 minutes. Our goal today is 1 hour long walk. We're gonna hit approximately 7,000 steps today in that 1 hour. That gets us a really good jump start on our 10,000 step goal for the day. So if you've seen my previous videos, we're doing interval walking. So we're 5 minutes at a cool pace. Then we are 4 minutes at a burn fast pace. So the idea behind interval walking is to increase your heart rate and then decrease your heart rate. It really kind of boosts and jump starts your metabolism. And our goal here with this is fitness. Big one is weight loss. So this is an easy way, a low impact way of getting your cardio in without really hurting your joints too much. I'm a big boy sitting right now. I haven't measured myself since we started this. I'm actually going to do that when I return from this. But when we started this 6 days ago, I was at 294 pounds. With that being said, I've taken a few days off in between. We had some crazy fires here in Southern California that just devastated communities. And with that, we've had power outages, and I'll get into that in a minute, but all of those things have really made it hard for me to stick to this. And in between that, with all these crazy events going on, it's interrupted my work, it's interrupted school for our boys and everything. So haven't been able to be as consistent since my routine has not been normal, or hasn't been for anybody in Southern California. So with that being said, I'm sure I haven't lost the weight I was expecting to initially, because I have not been eating the way I would like to. So it just hasn't been an option. So, but hey, that's life. You know, that's what ends up happening in life. So we are 1 minute and 50 seconds left in our warm-up session for our cool pace. And we'll get into the fast pace in a second here. It's good to get back out here. And this time my son Harrison is not with us. So we're going to be more focused on the actual rhythm of our interval walking with a little less, freedom. A minute left in our cool session. We're going to cross right now. Coming up to a point where there's always a dog outside that barks. So I'm not going to tell you when the session, I'm not going to talk you through it at this point. You're going to go off of the audible. It's going to happen in about 40 seconds, and then you're going to see the light change from this white blue on my face to a red, and that's going to determine that we're in the burn. And we have to push it harder, longer strides, heel toe, full extension of your legs, even get your hips into it, get some movement going. That's our 10-second warning for our burn to come on. burn is on. We have 3 minutes of this burn session. And as it would be, I'm on an incline right now. Right as that bell goes off, my incline started. I would really emphasize on pushing off with your toes, full extending your legs. You should feel this in your hamstrings. You should feel it in your calves. And depending on the grade of terrain you're on, the front part of your thighs. I'm on an incline, so I'm going to feel it a little more in my thighs. I'm going to have a little bit less opportunity for a full extension, but just keep that pace up, whatever you do. Getting to the top of my summit here. Hitting the summit, top of the incline. Now I can get my good extension in. Twenty seconds left. There's our 10-second left. Push real hard. Last 10 seconds.
Ready?
All right. Cool session. All right, so as you may know, I've been dealing with blisters. Blisters since day one. At first I had a blister on the bottom part of my pad, my foot towards my toes. A big one. Size of my thumb. That had me down for a couple of days. And then after I got that blister to a manageable state, which is very hard to do when it's on the pad. You can't just tape it up, put a blister pad on it. You know, it's the bottom of your pad. The tape or the pad's just going to come loose when you're walking. So I just had to take a couple days off for that. And then I went and got new shoes. Figured, okay, hey, I got to get new shoes. Which I already had new shoes, but apparently those ones just like to give me blisters in this weird area. So I got new shoes. Feel amazing for that blister problem, but then on my Achilles tendon area, just above my heel, I developed 2 more blisters, one on either foot, from those new shoes because they don't have a notch deep enough in the back for my Achilles, especially when I'm on an incline or something like that, going downhill a little bit, it just hits that Achilles. And so I developed a blister there on each foot, my right foot being the worst. So blister pads work on that. And then I do that in a combination of sports tape, and I tape over the top of it. And that seems to do pretty good. But I have a scab on there. and so I'm taped up really good. So it is painful, but it is getting a lot better. No pain, no gain. Hopefully that'll build a nice callus and won't be an issue. Today is the last day you will be You might notice it and you might not notice it. I'm going to be using a different stabilization system. Comes in today. And so tomorrow, hopefully, I've got that in play. And then I'm also going to add another camera to the system that's going to be pointing down at my feet from a front perspective, I think, back to my feet, or it might be a POV looking straight down. That way you can see the front of my feet, and it'll cut in and out throughout the video, showing you maybe a difference in my pace. I would like to say it's going to show a difference in the stride length. That's kind of like my goal, from a cool pace to a burn pace. But I don't know if it's going to do that. So that's to be determined or to be proven out, we'll say. Got a minute 55 left on our cool session. So we're just doing a good stride, trying to keep a good pace, without a crazy burn pace. Also, a lot of things with these power outages going on, and I'll kind of get into it right now. And my next one, I'll get more into it. But before we do that, we're in interval number 2 out of 7. We have a total of 7 intervals we do throughout the 1 hour period. It's technically 53 minutes that this takes. And then we add on an additional 7 minutes for a cool down at the end. Just about a minute and 10 seconds left in this cool pace, but I host virtual depositions basically globally from my recording studio that I have set up. And these power outages they've been doing when there's been red flag warnings for wind advisories and everything, high winds, Edison's just been doing rolling power outages everywhere. And I don't think that's going to change. I think that's the new norm, is rolling power outages every time it gets windy. The entire city where I live, Wildemar, nearby Murrieta, Lake Elsinore, and Temecula and Menifee, and I hear Hemet too, have all been experiencing rolling power outages from Edison. Edison turns off the power to prevent any fire being started from their power lines, which I think is total BS, but there it is. So we'll get into that and how I'm solving that issue in our next cool pace. Our burn's about to come on. There we go, burn session for 3 minutes. Longer strides, heel toe, heel toe. I even like to get my hips into it in that rotation. So my hips going forward with my forward extension. And I feel that when I do this, I get more flex out of my lower back and my lower abdomen. And that's really helping strengthen my core. And a big reason for doing all this is not just weight loss and everything, but as I stated before, doctors have diagnosed my messed up lower back as degenerative disc disease, which, if you know anything about it, I feel that that's wrongly named, because it's not a disease. It just means you're old and wore out. So I've always seen an improvement on my back pain when my core was strengthened. I believe that just having a good, strong core helps keep your spine in a good position and helps you just, overcome some of the issues you have. So it's 39 degrees this morning, not too bad. I like it when it's about 42, 45, but I'll take this too. So getting back to my power issue, I can't have a hiccup in my service as I am hosting and recording a legal proceeding. So I need to have a bomb-proof system. And I thought I had a pretty bomb-proof UPS system, which is a uninterrupted power supply that automatically switches over. It's a battery pack, basically hooks up to your electronics, and in the event of a power outage, it automatically switches over with a very short interruption time, so fast that you normally don't see a hiccup in anything. You might see a little screen flutter for a moment, but it's usually like under 10, I believe, milliseconds. And so, and 10 seconds left in the burn, push hard. And those systems aren't super cheap.
Ready?
Okay, so those systems aren't super cheap, but they're not crazy expensive. You can pick up something that'll probably allow you to run for 10 to 30 minutes, depending on your power usage, for like 50 to 100 bucks. And that's what I have. I have one on my internet where it comes in, connected to my modem and my Wi-Fi router. And then I have one connected to my laptops. I have 2 laptops I run off of, and obviously they have their own battery, so when power goes off, they go onto that. But then they also start using the other battery supply too. And then I have 2 monitors that are hooked up to there. And then I've also got 2 iPads. One iPad to keep track of the time that we're at, and a big screen so I can see it. And then the other one that just manages all my input, all my data I have to keep track of throughout the legal proceeding. And so when all that's running and everything's running good, it gives me about 20 minutes to get off record and, unfortunately find another videographer. I didn't have a solution for long-term running off-grid power. So I dug in real deep. I looked at a lot of different battery pack systems that would give me, that are, like a home house battery power backup. But some of those don't have the UPS feature, which is really important to me. And they're really expensive. So I started doing my homework really intensely, and I came across Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti makes I think it's called a 3000 model, like an AC 3000, and then like a BK 3000, which is the battery pack. And man, this thing's intense. It's got 6 AC 20 amp, I guess they're like 110 volt regular wall outlet, 3-prong. It's got 6 of those. It's got a 30 amp RV outlet. It's got 100 watt USB-C port. It's got 2 18 watt USB-A and 2 lower ones. I think they're 3 or 5 watt USB-A ports. Pretty awesome system. I just got it yesterday. It is massive. It's a very, very big system. I'm setting that up hopefully this weekend. And then when that runs, that should give me, and I have to cycle test it and see how long everything's gonna run. But I believe it's gonna give me at least a few hours. And then from there, I can attach 2 separate solar panel systems, 2 separate ones. So I can have one on one part of the yard, one on another part of the yard, feeding back into the system. And that will charge the battery as I'm able to use the system. So it has a pass-through power system. So you could be charging your whole backup battery while you're using it. On top of that, it has an AC inverter as well. So you can add a generator to it, as well as 2 different solar panel systems, and really charge it up super quick. The thing with that is you need to be using an inverter generator. So it needs to be a little bit more of an expensive generator. I think around a 2,000 watt generator would be good. If you can deliver around 1,800 watts of electricity on the input charging it, you're doing pretty good. And I believe the system at 1,800 watts will charge in around 45 minutes to an hour, which is absolutely insane. It's not good to do that quick charge like that, so it's not really sustainable because it does do damage to the life of your batteries. But these batteries are not your normal lithium ion. I think they call them NMC batteries. Those 10 seconds for the burn. Those standard lithium ion batteries, they're a little more volatile. And all right, let's push it, burns on, and they can blow up and definitely catch on fire, as you've seen a lot of things, especially Tesla vehicles doing that. But these are lithium phosphate batteries, so they're a little larger, a little heavier, but instead of a 500 to 800 cycle, that means cycle life, that's a charge and discharge. So when you're charging it and using it, you've got 500 to 800 times on that battery before it goes bad. With a lithium phosphate, you've got 3,500 to 4,000 cycles, which is, I mean, if you're going to spend money on a battery system, go with the lithium phosphate. You've got a way better ROI and, just a return on your investment for what you've put out. And it just makes sense to do that. And for a home backup system, size isn't that big of a deal. And to be honest with you, it's not that big of a difference physically. We're talking inches, in the box size, something that's like 20 inches compared to 18 inches. Not that big of a deal. So full extension, heel toe. We're in our burn, minute and 44 seconds left. So that's my solution. So I will be getting a little small, probably like a Honda 2,000 watt inverter generator to charge that. That way I can run as long as I want. And those little generators, they'll run for like 8 hours on one tank of gas. So, you get a little 5-gallon thing and you just fill that bad boy up. You can just run. I've heard people run those things pretty much nonstop for almost a week. So with that being said, there's a lot of inverter 2,000 small quiet generators out there. Not all are made equal. Some will get the job done. Most will definitely get the job done. But will they last for a long time? Can you run them as long, as hard, as hot as you can? That Honda 2,000 watt, I think it's an EU something, I-10 or something like that. But I don't know. It's it's like $1,200. And this Blue Yeti battery pack system, got it for a great deal on sale, 41% off for, I want to say it was like $1,600, taxing everything out the door. You're probably over $1,800, which its normal price is $2,700. So pretty awesome. I got it out of the boxes yesterday, set it up, and I was like, this thing's awesome. It's even got 2 wireless charging spots on the top. 10 seconds left in the burn for push harder for your cell phones. It's pretty cool. All right, we're in our cool phase now. Walk at a normal pace. All right, 24 minutes have elapsed so far in today's session. So it's just crazy. We've been booking it because we are way past our normal half-hour mark. If you followed along, we're coming down into a shopping center in a few minutes here. And that is what I like to call technically not my halfway, but it is my halfway. It's my halfway the way I look at it. But historically, my halfway mark was like way back there. So we're doing pretty good today. That's good. That means we're picking up our pace. Every day, if you stick at it every day, it should get easier and easier. I will say I'm pretty amazed that, 6'2", when I started this, 6'2", 294 pounds. And yeah, I've taken days off in between and stuff, But I haven't had anything out of the ordinary on my back pain. No hip pain, no knee pain, no ankle pain, and my foot pain, it's just been really the blisters. I have a little bit of ache. Sometimes if I'm doing this a couple days in a row, and I'm also walking a lot too throughout the day, and I'm getting that like 15, 16,000 steps in, my feet feel it, you know, they do. But I feel, you know, if you're walking 9 miles a day, and you do that every day, I mean, you're gonna feel it in your feet. I don't think that that's not out of the normal. So obviously I would imagine as I lose some of this dad bod, that's probably gonna go away, or maybe just not stand out as much. But honestly, not bad, and pretty happy for this old young dad at 43 years old. You know, I say old young because I am old in my eyes, but I'm young because my kids, they're young and they keep me young. So it's been pretty cool. Harrison, my oldest son, man, he is so into this. He loves doing this. And but hey, he's 8 years old. It is very hard for that boy to get up at 3:30 in the morning and do this. Be out the door by 4. I get it. I've been impressed that he's done it so far. So if you've tuned into those videos, those sessions, thank you for doing that. He's loving this so much. He's like, Dad, I'm a YouTuber on 2 channels now. And the reason why he says that is because I am Mr. Flavorsmith on a cooking channel I have, where I focus on basically backyard cooking for a family. And I get into some pretty cool stuff. Actually, I'm right in the middle of producing a video right now. Day 1 is down for a new all-electric grill system that a company reached out to me. I'm the first person on YouTube to actually have their hands on it. Technically, I think I'm the first person in the United States that probably has their hands on it. And so far, so good. So if you're into a grill system that you can take in the house and have it outside, and it's on a cart, you can take it off the cart and it uses your electricity, and it's also a smoker. You might want to check out that video, which should be airing. I should have that thing up in the next couple of days, I hope. And if you're into content creation and figuring out how to be a YouTube content creator, I have another channel called Subs Journey, where I mentor / coach people on this whole process, because I was able to monetize my cooking channel in 14 videos, which is really not a normal thing, and especially a niche like that has so many people doing it. But I have kind of a little recipe to success, and in Subs Journey channel I get into that, and actually I talk about a lot of different things as a content creator and how to be a successful content creator. And then this channel, Walk Talk Time, hey, this is for me and you guys. We're gonna get fit together, and it's the full journey. So we've got 5 seconds left until the burn starts. There we go. Pick it up. Full extension of your legs, heel toe, heel toe. I'm gonna switch you guys around for a second. We're about to go up a hill. Coming out of the parking lot. In a moment here. And tell me what you guys like to see. Do you like to see the POV like this? This is my perspective of what I see. Would you like to see more of this mixed in with the content? Would you like to see me doing shots of my feet and my strides? I'm gonna do it anyway, but what else would you like to see? What helps keep your pace going and motivates you to push through this hour-long interval walking session. Ooh, I can feel it. This is the incline I was talking about. You guys are on a gimbal type system, so you might not be able to see that it's an incline so much, but it is. This is a lot easier today. This is so awesome. Staying consistent on your workout really makes working out just easier. Turn you guys back around. Almost halfway to the incline. Second way. Ooh, good. 10 seconds, push harder.
Ready?
All right. 5 minutes on our cool session. Oh. We are 32 minutes total into our 1 hour session today. We're at interval 5 out of 7. Almost to the top. Made it to the summit. Oh, my goodness. Kicks my butt every day there. Pretty amazing keeping to the same routine. This is what I recommend. Walk around your neighborhood, find a routine that really pushes you and gives you different inclines throughout this session. Flat spots, downhill spots, uphill spots. Don't be afraid, just do it. You know, excuse me, you don't necessarily need flat terrain. I mean, if you can't do it as intense as me, then by all means do it. But really, no pain, no gain. If you're not pushing yourself every day, you're not going to get the results that you really want. And with working out, it's just like lifting weights. If you ever lifted weights before, like you want to push yourself a little bit further every day. More reps, maybe a little more weight to where it's really hard to do. Hold a little bit longer, whatever it is. That's what gets you over that hump and makes you stronger. So for the next time you do it, you'd be surprised. You're just like, whoa, I'm stronger. It's the same thing with walking in your cardiovascular system and everything, your heart. I mean, our whole body is basically muscle. Everything we use to stand vertical and keep walking. So take care of all those muscles. Also, when I wake up in the morning, I'm drinking like a solid, probably 10 ounces of water. I start that early in the morning. Usually when I wake up, I have like probably 4 ounces of water right away. Go to the bathroom, come back, and another solid 4 ounces. And then before I walk out the door, I have another probably 3 to 4 ounces. So I'm hydrated before I leave, but I'm not doing it all at once. So I don't have like this full splashy belly of water. I let it kind of soak in a little bit. And then, I've got my hydration pack with just standard water in it right now. At some point in time, I'm probably going to do some sort of electrolyte water system. But I haven't gotten into that yet. Not for this. We will get into all that aspect, like the kind of like sports nutrition aspect of things on this channel. But right now, it's just a matter of getting our fat butts up in the morning, putting on our gear, and walking out that door and just committing to it. It's really great. I have the support of my family on this, and I tell them, hey, anytime I can fit in an hour, I need to do it. Also, I'm already the grocery store guy, so when I have time, I'm not working, I go to the grocery store. I hit up Costco's. Yesterday, I just did a meat haul at Costco. At a new Costco we have. It's crazy. It's packed all the time, no matter what time of the day, what day of the week. Oh, burns in a few more seconds. Darn it. Already. Man. All right, here we go. Burns on. Full extension. Heel toe, heel toe. Get your hips in it. And of course, back on an incline. Just about to pass my wife's favorite house that she wants to buy. I would love to buy that for her. Happy wife, happy life. And you know what? She's right. It's what I want too. Minute 45 left in the burn. Minute left in the burn. Oh, these hills. 39 minutes in the session. Interval 5 out of 7. That was hard. Ten seconds left, push hard. Full extension.
Ready?
Obviously, we're in our cool phase. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go on this. Oh, I got a bunch of fun stuff to do today. I gotta prep 2 barbecues, pack up 3 barbecues. I have to prep 3 racks of ribs because I am gonna be doing a Mr. Flavorsmith, not on camera, but it's my buddy's birthday, and everybody's camping. There's gonna be like 20 of us, I think. 45th. And so I'm doing up a whole bunch of ribs for everybody. Should be fun. I'm using Meat Church's. Oh man, it's the rub I'm using is meat. It's made by Meat Church, and it's their hickory. I think it's hickory. I don't know. It's hickory something, but it's one of their cheaper ones. But I tell you what, man, it's got a really awesome smoky flavor to it. So that's gonna go really good on ribs. And then they have a fajita rub too. I'm gonna marinate some chicken, so I'm gonna use that rub. I'm gonna put olive oil on it and put it in a Ziploc bag. I'm doing that this morning. Yeah, as soon as I get back, and then I'll have that in the fridge for all day, hopefully like 10 hours or so, and then be barbecuing it tonight. So I use, for my little portable barbecues, for something like this, I use a Weber Go Anywhere. It's a little portable one. I have a charcoal one and a propane one. I'll use them both and kind of mix them around. I'm using lump coal. It's a premium hardwood B&B lump coal for the charcoal. It gives it a nice smoky flavor. So I'll kind of do an initial cook on the propane, get them up to temperature, have that fat start rendering, and then I'll pass them on over to finish them off on the charcoal, and kind of get like a little production line going, and that way I can really bust out a bunch of ribs. 3 racks of St. Louis style cut pork ribs. They're honestly St. Louis style cut ribs are my favorite. I love baby back, but they're tiny. Where St. Louis style, it just has more meat on it. So I just find that it's worth more return on your investment. So, and they're super, super tasty. But I've got to burn these calories this morning because I'm gonna be having ribs later tonight. And well, that's part of the game. Minute and 10 seconds left on our cool session. Temperature outside is starting to come down a little bit. It's weird how it gets really cool just before the sun comes up. It just hits its all-time low, and then boom, the sun pops up. Pretty interesting. Before we get to the end, I'm just going to say, if you could, if you're getting any value out of this at all, please do me a huge favor. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. I will get better at this. There will be more stuff about walking. I'm actually meeting up with a friend this weekend. We're talking about, we'll see if it's a good fit. 10 minutes before the burn, maybe starting a shoe company, get back into that manufacturing background that I've had the majority of my life. So there's our burn. Push hard, heel toe, full extension. It would be fun to start a project with a friend that's like-minded. He's more of a runner. I'm more of just a big ex-runner, now a walker. But my main focus, interval walking. And just, I think that's where it's at for a lot of people. So we'll see. Got some really cool concepts. And he's also a very mechanically created individual as well. And what it takes to build a team of success is like-minded, driven people. So if you go to build your tribe, build your power team, your A team, you do need to find people that are like you on your drive and your passion. And if you are a strong personality, finding other strong personalities is a good thing, but you have to be careful. You have to be open-minded, because that other strong personality will butt heads with you, but you have to be okay with that. And he has to be okay with that, or she has to be okay with that, because that is part of the process. That's when great things happen, is when there's tension and ideas and different ideas coming together. And if you can work it through and you have two really good, strong ideas and points, you might be missing something that other person is picking up on, and vice versa. So in the creative process, you need to be open-minded, but you do need to be strong too. And just let everybody know, hey, we're gonna butt heads. That's part of the process. But we're gonna be okay, and we're gonna get through it. And it's gonna make the products and the company the best it can. I know this from personal experience as being the CEO of an international sporting goods manufacturer for almost 18 years, or 18 plus years, something like that. As you can see, we're on an incline during the burn again. Ten seconds left, push hard.
Ready?
This is our last interval, 7 out of 7. 48 minutes has elapsed. As you can see, we are into our cool session once again. Whew. We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 53-minute session. And we'll have another additional 7 minutes for extended cool down. Just getting our steps in. This has been a good ride, for sure. Just about 11 minutes left in our 53 minutes. Woo, doggy. I imagine our steps are going to be around 7,000. Put us at just under 3 miles. I'm sorry, just under 4 miles for the day. Like I've said before, I have a very cheap pedometer in my thigh pockets of my compression pants. And I just compare the numbers with my Apple Watch. And to be honest, I trust my Apple Watch's numbers more than I trust the pedometer in my pocket. So that's up to you though. You figure that out. And my Apple Watch is attached to my ankle, so I have more accurate readings, so it's not on my wrist. So that's another reason why I say I trust it a little bit more. It's able to measure my stride a little more accurate. Well, honestly, the pedometer doesn't measure my stride, it just measures steps, but Also, something a lot of people don't talk about, maybe too much information, I don't know, but if you're just starting this process, or generally you're just a bigger person that has bigger thighs. I have bigger thighs. They're not fat thighs. I have very strong legs. They're very lean, but they're big thighs. I'm a big guy, and they're big, strong thighs. And so if you have thighs that touch up in the top, you got to worry about chafing. Guys, girls, invest in some compression pants or some compression shorts. I think compression pants are the best thing for guys. I'm not a woman, I don't know. But for guys, they might be hard to get on, but boy, are they gonna help you. Get those things in. Cinch them up as tight as you can. Move your boys around, just so you know you've got the fabric all up in your grooves, and that'll do wonders. You won't have any chafing. Honestly, you don't have to worry about, I mean, that's a big problem for a lot of people. And compression pants, that's the purpose of those. They just keep things nice and tight where they need to be. That way you can go about, and at the end of the day, you're not dreading going and working out. Because that's the thing. If you have all these blisters and all these sore things and chafing and discomfort and everything, you're not going to want to work out. You're going to dread it. But if the process, you know, it takes you just a couple minutes, put all your gear on and everything, hit the road, but you're comfortable, you're going to do this more often, and you're going to enjoy the process. That's what we have to do, is we have to enjoy it. So, you know, yeah, you see those people out there wearing all that weird gear and everything, and you think, oh, why is that big fat guy need that? Why does that big fat lady need that? What is she doing? Well, hey, she's giving it, he's giving it all that they can, and don't judge anybody out there walking and doing something. You know, it's better than sitting on a couch and doing nothing. That's for sure. Those are the people you judge. You got to get up and walk, okay? So for me, I come from a performance background my entire life. In the motion picture industry, we manufactured performance equipment to film movies, commercials, TV shows, music videos, and everything. And we had the best performing equipment in the industry. We were the leader. All right, our session has ended for our workout session. We are continuing with a 7-minute we're continuing with a 7-minute session for just cool down. But having performance gear just makes everything better. So from your shoes to your compression pants, you know, your compression shirt, not that big of a deal, honestly. But for me, I like to wear them because I have, you know, my arms are moving and stuff. And, you know, I've got this rucksack on, and it's cold outside, you know, so that yet again, I have super tight compression shirt on underneath a vest style hoodie. So the shirt I'm wearing over the top of that long sleeve compression shirt is a sleeveless shirt with a hoodie built into it. So that's my top shirt. And then I'm wearing very loose fitting shorts over my compression long pants. And that's a whole system that I wear. And it allows me to get up, not have any chafing anywhere. It holds my sweat in, not in, but it wicks my sweat away from my body and helps me stay warm at the same time because it's cold out here. And we're moving at a faster pace too. So, you know, you got a little bit of wind chill factor on there, especially after you start sweating a few minutes into it. So the gear makes a big difference. Good socks too. And not just that, but like a good foot wrap. Like, you know, I'm having issues with blisters, you know, good blister pads. I wear these really tight fitting, but they feel super comfortable. These are my walking gloves. So I'm really, really comfortable on everything I do. In my rucksack, I've got, it's like I think it's just a 1 liter, just 1.5 liter hydration bladder. And when I need water, I use it. But normally, I don't drink any water on my session. It's an hour long, I'm talking. But it's okay to not have that, you know, especially we're early in the morning. It's not hot. we are sweating, but I'm going to hydrate as soon as I get back. So performance gear makes a difference. And find something that works good. Listen to recommendations from others and, you know, get out there, get walking, get fit, live a longer life. That's the truth. I mean, it's not just a BS thing, me saying this. Do your research. Walking will increase your brain function, increase your body function, and you will live a longer life. The more steps you put in a day will extend your life. Like if you can put in 12,000 steps in a day, I think they say like you have a 45% chance of beating some sort of health death type thing, a health death type thing. Not an accidental death, but you have a 45% chance of, you know, not getting a health death. So I think what that really means is just getting cancer, getting some sort of lung issue or whatever, you know, because you're stressing your body. Your body's producing different hormones to, you know, combat, you know, the life, really what it is, you know, and realize this, we consume so many bad things in our body. Our country does not, the FDA doesn't do a really good job of making sure that we're safe on the food that we put into our bodies. And by that, I just mean controlling the companies that are out there and putting more stricter restrictions on the type of food that they're making for us to buy and consume. Obviously, not everybody can grow their own food and eat the healthiest. And if you're busy like I am and a father of young boys and a full-time, you know, multiple full-time gigs, honestly, and you just don't have time to do a lot of that stuff. So we rely on these different food companies to provide us with food that is maybe not healthy, but isn't going to kill us so quick. So it is a concern. But hey guys, we're back in my neighborhood now. We're just a couple seconds away from hitting our goal. So I'm just gonna say with 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. All right, we've done it. Now, I just have to give it a few minutes. So we're gonna let my watch populate to my cell phone to see what our steps are at. Sun's starting to come up. Let's see, this is what we've got here. On our pedometer that's on my pocket, 6,436 steps. My iWatch says 6,863 steps. I'm going with that one, I feel it's more accurate. And the distance we walked today was 3.74 miles. So that's about average for what we've been doing. We've burned 706 calories and exercised, it says, for 59 minutes. So good job today. Hey, everybody. If you got any value out of this at all, please do me a huge favor, like this and subscribe to the channel. It helps me produce more valuable content like this for you in the future and a lot more to come. And hey, I'll see you tomorrow on day 7. Get your 10,000 steps in today. Park on the far side of the parking lot. Walk all the way. Get it in. You can do it.